Hello and welcome back to the channel. We are here with more Squid Game. Last time on Squid Game, hell, literally hell. Our characters, through a democratic voting process, decided to return to their lives and leave the game. And they return to their lives, only to be reminded, of what and how much they have to lose and how much they have to gain by playing the actual game. Um, yeah, so they're going back. I don't agree with it. I don't think anything is worth it. Maybe for some, those the ones facing prison time. And as I said in my last reaction, I don't think money will solve all their problems, because the ones who have a warrant out for their arrest, money will not help them. It will help their families. And maybe that's the point. Like Sang-woo, for instance, who was giving up his mother's home and shop as collateral and lost it all. He may be able to make things right with his mom, although I don't think she cares about that stuff. She seems pretty adamant that she just wanted him to return home. But at the very least, he would ensure that she has her home back, even if he ends up in prison. Assuming he survives, yeah, assuming he survives. But everyone else has returned. They each have some compelling stories and their own reasons for wanting to go back. So it'll be interesting to see how things play out. I think we have our core six characters that I'm assuming we'll be focusing on, including the old man, who I do not trust. I do not trust this old man. All right, he's playing innocent, and he's like, yeah, I've got a tumor and I don't have a lot of time left, and showing up conveniently when Sung Yoon was, feeling down, and convincing him that this is the right thing to do. I don't trust that old man. Do not trust that old man. All right, the cop is on the trail, and clearly they must notice him following them. They're on a deserted road where there's only two cars. They'll notice him, and I'm sure they're going to some secure location to move the bodies to the island somewhere. Without a warrant, he's just not going to get very far. Why is he going in alone? I guess suppose no one would really believe the story anyway. Oh. But the people on the island are pretty well armed. Going in on his own is risky.
시작해.
인원 점검.
Oh, there's an inspection. Okay. Damn it! I forget that they actually changed all the players out into the weird uniforms, so... What are they even checking for? Did they put something in them before? Kill him, take his uniform. It's the only way. But no one is noticing this. They're in the other vans right next to them. He's throwing away his ID too. He's throwing away his badge and ID and everything. This is pretty risky.
규칙을 잊었나? 상급자의 허가 없이 먼저 말하지 않는다.
Okay.
선실로 올라가서 대기해.
Where? I have no idea. I'm getting the feeling that even these guys in suits who are controlling the game, that they themselves are players. Again, similar to Alice in Borderland. But they're clearly not the ones in control. That gas really knocked them out. Oh, it's an F, okay. Old man, we're back.
456번. 예.
아, 영영 가시는 줄 알았네.
나 그렇게 쉽게 안 죽.
Yeah, you won't, you suspicious old man. It's counting again.
많이들 돌아왔네.
187.
그러게요.
I think it was about 200 that left, right? So, yeah, no kidding. She changed her mind real quickly.
군대처럼 우리끼리 한번 뭉쳐서 해보는 건 어때?
맞아. 앞으로 무슨 게임을 하게
Yeah,
될지도 모르고.
here it comes, finding
여러 가지
a
경우를
group
대비해서
of
그룹을
people that you
형성하는
actually trust, or can you? And you've been working in a factory probably
정말-
for a very long time.
나도 같이 해요?
아 그래요. 그쪽이 2등병 쫄.
You recruit, you're all new recruits. You just formed the group. Yeah, he still seems to have this subservient attitude. Again, it comes back to where he was working and how the bosses treat him. It reminds me a lot of, what was it, White Tiger that I was watching, you know?
다 입고 받아줄 테니까 내 밑으로 들어와. 원래 우리
어?
한 팀으로 꽤 괜찮았잖아.
아직도 하세요?
Everyone's forming their own little group. Exactly. But she doesn't need a team.
아저씨들 이 새끼한테 붙지
He'll
마.
probably sell you out.
이 새끼 밖에서 지 꼬붕들 주머니 털어서 지 배만 불린 새끼야.
She's making an enemy of him.
언니 오빠들.
The mom.
Sorry.
뭐냐?
이 오빠 잘생겼네. 오빠 팀에
Let me guess, he doesn't want a woman on his team.
아직 뭐 모자라는데.
못하는 거
He
빼고 다
only
잘하지.
likes the other girl because wants to boss her around.
아마까.
Yeah, just to use her. Yeah, I figured as much. I figured. I think the thief is gonna join our team. I don't really trust the mom either because she was so quick to change her mind. Initially, she said she wanted to go back to her kid, and then, just like that, she wanted to stay.
애들 거랑 아침마다 도시락 싸느라고 항상 바빴어.
아우 이거 차네 밥이. 아우.
This is not a game. I mean, it is a game, but don't be so happy to be here.
형. 옛날 생각할 시간 있으면 다음에 무슨 게임 할지나 생각해봐.
야,
Yeah, once they give you the rules, it's pretty straightforward. Alright, they're all numbered, so he needs to figure out what number he is. Okay, it's on his key. I'm guessing all the staff are actual players as well. Uh-oh. Oh. That was close. They might be monitoring you as well. Yep. They have their own rules. Taking off the mask would be pretty risky. Why don't they just have bathrooms in the room?
야, 세모, 너 말고
Triangle.
네 위에 책임자 불러.
Does she think this is a restaurant? You gave up your rights and you came back here. What do you expect?
이런 씨발놈들, 니들 내가 못 살 것 같아.
Oh, okay.
따라오시죠.
조선 놈들은 악을 써야지 그냥 귓구멍이 열려. 아이씨.
나도 가.
Gonna try to sneak into the vents. But they have cameras everywhere. I don't know how she's gonna get up there. Gotta take it off to eat. Let's keep your back to the camera. Or let's take it off partially. Yeah. Don't take the top off. You don't need to do that. Well, it's weird. Could have kept the top on. Why is his room maximized? What are you doing? She hid something? Come on, really? Cigars? I was expecting something that could maybe help her win a game. Lady, you are ridiculous.
너도 안 먹을래? 움직이지 말고 얌전히 담배나 빨아.
I don't know what's riskier. If it isn't just safer to just play the game, even if she does manage to, I'm assuming, steal some money, how would she get out of here? They're everywhere. And you don't have a lot of time. She's putting on quite a show.
이제 돌아갈 시간입니다.
잠깐만 있어봐.
What is she? You need to hurry the hell up. Oh, damn. Ugh. He needs to head back. Man, they're not allowed to speak anyway. Well, unless their superior speaks to them first, so. Alright, so time to try some sneaky shit.
납치, 감시.
그리고 가면들.
He probably should have sent something to someone when he was leaving. Leaving the port.
내일 얘기해.
Be quiet.
지금 얘기해. 야,
Jesus, she's still on this? Does she want everyone to know? Alright, the symbols on the mask appear to indicate some hierarchy, right? Mr. Square is obviously above triangle and circle. I think triangle is above circle and square is above triangle. Why do these two keep looking at each other? He was staring at him when he was going in the room, and now he's staring at him again. Did someone else manage to sneak in? He's taking this way too lightly. I know it's children's games, but you're not at school.
아버지한테 많이 맞았겠어.
No kidding.
우리 아들이 꼭 자네 같았거든.
Still suspicious of you, old man, but you're alright. I still don't trust you, though. Well, he needs to keep his strength up to save you all, because apparently you'll need some saving. Alright. It's almost time for the second game. Yeah, what's going on? I put something in the bread? Okay. Why do they keep focusing on his pockets?
아저씨 뭔가 봤죠?
무궁화꽃 이놈들이 시키는 게임들 다 내가 어렸을 때 하던 놀이에요. 다음 게임도 분명 그런 거일 확률이 높아요. 본거 말해주면
Yeah, there's still too many games to even guess that, though. You won't know until you get there. But if she's a defector, then she may not know the rules of the games. But as we've already established, they're usually pretty straightforward. You know, let's see if this group thing actually works out, or if they just abandon each other once the game starts.
뭐가 이렇게 커? 뭘 시키려고?
Giant playground. Well, let's hear the rules first.
시작하기 전에 각자 앞에 보이는 네 가지 모양 중 하나를 선택하여 그 앞에 서주세요.
Circle, triangle, star, umbrella. Yeah, his
말해주면
eyesight is
내가
probably
뭔지 알아낼
shit.
수도 있어요.
설탕을 녹이고 있었어.
Okay, it's making sense. Interesting. Why lie? Just figured it out. And that dude that had something in his bread, is he working with that other strange guy that was looking at the cop? Someone left a message in his bread for him to find, maybe to give him a clue
아직 뭘
about the
시킬지도
game
모르는데
so that he can win.
다
I
같이
feel like
한국으로
someone's trying to
갔다가
play
모두
the
불리해질지도
game.
몰라.
그런가?
Come on. I hope that he's not doing this for some selfish reasons. He also doesn't seem to like being called a genius. Did he earn any of those accolades, or is he a fake of some sort, you know? I don't get that impression based on everything that he's doing so far. I don't know this
그럼 제가
game.
우산하죠 뭐.
I'm assuming it's a
우산?
Korean game.
왜? 내가 어릴 때부터 우산을 잘 잃어버린다고 엄마한테 많이 혼났잖아.
Yeah, his mother really did spoil him as a kid. Old man knows something. And Sang-woo's hiding what he knows. I guess they're just playing to win for themselves. But I mean, if everyone survives, they all get money. But I guess the less people there are that survive, the more money there is to go around for the rest.
아니야.
Are you really willing to sacrifice your friend just for some more money? It's not good, Sang-woo. It's not good.
참가자 여러분은
Maybe the girl has the right idea. It's every man for themselves.
하나씩 가져가세요. 이제 케이스를 열어.
Yeah, he's definitely has someone on the inside that they're both trying to work together to scam the players or the game. From the honeycomb.
좋겠다.
I guess he was trying to tell him by asking him if he was sure he wanted to choose that one, but I still don't get the game though. Oh, okay. I think I get it now. He just went with the umbrella, the most complicated shape that's there. Yeah, circle's pretty difficult too. At least it would take more time. Straight edges are the best bet, so whoever chose the triangle made the best choice. Oh. I know this is life or death, but this character is just... Don't do that. If you do that, the odds of you breaking the umbrella just goes up. Uh-oh. Was that his? Was that Sung-Yoon's? No, it's someone else.
한 번만 제발 한 번만 더.
Why would you all go to this game? Oh, 7 minutes, 30 seconds, and counting. Oh, goodbye. I don't know why they're all so surprised people are dying. You all agreed to this madness. I guess Sung Yoon's gonna be the one guy that pulls off that umbrella because that's gonna be a tough one. You know what I do? I just spit as much as you can on it, soften the entire thing. They didn't say it needed to remain hard. Just spit on all of it, lick it, whatever you have to do, soften around the edges, and then you use the needle. Alright, his tip worked out.
111번
He's working with someone to get the money. Sang-woo is an asshole for not telling Sung-Yoon about the game though. Good job, Ali. Oh man. But I'm thinking now, is the cop among them? Because he might have to kill someone.
오늘 임무가 뭐지?
34번 성공.
제 임무는 29번의 임무는 탈락자 운반이야. 왜 벌써 들어왔지? 죄송합니다.
44번
Okay, it's to carry out eliminated players, not to kill them.
뭘 착각했는지 그때 들어보지.
No, this is not good. This is the second time
32번 성공.
he's been under suspicion.
왼쪽.
Yeah. Who's he working with?
218번
Sang-woo, damn you, Sang-woo. I wanted to like you, but that was a bitch move. You did say he owed, what was it, 6 billion? So maybe, I guess in his eyes, he's trying to get the entirety of the winnings. Use the sweat, man. To soften the edges. What I said worked. Yeah. But careful not to break it. How has she not been caught yet? Oh. Perfect star. I gotta say, she's resourceful.
212번 성공.
Suppose the game wasn't over, lady, and you needed that to get out of there.
44번 성공.
Oh, she gave him the lighter. He's gonna want her on his team after this, I bet. Is he trying to lick through it? My idea was just soak it with your spit and then use the needle once it's softened. I don't think you need to lick through the entire outer layer. Everyone's doing it. We've only got a few seconds left. I don't think licking is gonna help everyone. Oh, he made it. Yeah, old man had the right idea. Lick it, then use the needle. Why is he trying to lick through the entire thing? What are you doing? Oh my god. Is it? I mean, I hope it works for his sake. Okay, it worked. But I mean, you didn't need to lick the entire thing. Just do what the old man did.
456.
Oh, time's up. Everyone else is dead. Ah, failed umbrella. Yeah. Oh, so it's not going without a fight. Oh, got one. Oh no. Dr. Doom is coming. What? They killed everyone. Well, I guess the time had passed anyway. Just everyone that remained. It's just you, pal. And don't think they won't kill the guy you're holding hostage. They don't care about him. Okay, we get to see one of their faces. Is this the guy from the train? Or from the platform? Oh, no. The kid? Nothing, I'm guessing. Probably offered them the same thing. But now that his face has been revealed, I feel like he's been compromised. Yep.
끝날 때까지 기대기에 뭘 착각했는지 그때 들어보지.
Alright, episode 3 of Squid Game. We are back in the game, guys. We're back in the game. Another childhood game. I'm not familiar with this one. I think the name of the game was Honeycomb, right? Possibly a Korean children's game, but I'm not sure how much that aligns with the actual rules of the game in terms of we saw a flashback through Sang-woo, who was remembering being on the playground and someone making it, but I'm not sure exactly what the rules of the playground game would be. I don't see them giving children needles and asking them to make shapes out of it. But anyway, the rules of this this game was for them to use the needle to actually make the shape out of the honeycomb. And yeah, that was a rough one. My mind has changed on Sang-woo now, because initially I thought he was a guy who was trying to do the right thing, but here he deliberately did not tell Sung-yoon what the game was, even though he found out about it in advance. Yeah, that was a bad move, man. It's his childhood friend, and I guess the conclusion that I can come to is that he's in for more debt than these people know that he are. I think he said it was 6 billion won, and I don't remember what the total prize winnings was. But I suppose he's thinking if they have to split the prize winnings, then he's going to get less money. So the more people die, the more money there is for him. So I can see him going forward trying to eliminate everyone else so that he's the sole winner and he gets to collect the entirety of the winnings. So he looks like he's building up to be a whole villain for Sung-yoon. I don't even like Sung-yoon. I don't want to root for him. Because he's a pretty terrible guy. You know, he clearly used to be a nice guy, but he's a terrible person. In some instances, he's a terrible person. Here with the game, and I can see them trying to redeem him a bit. You know, when he was asked why he chose the umbrella, he spoke about why he did with his mother bringing him, the umbrella to use. He was still a shitty kid even back then. But we saw him weeping and crying at the end there when he was looking at the umbrella, and I can't help but think that maybe that's why he was crying, because he came to the realization that the hard work that had to go into that, and probably his mother having to do that for him as a kid. And so I think maybe there's some redemption for him towards the end as we learn more about him and his past, and he'll come to realize how much of a shit he has been to his mom and the people around him, and he'll change. So this game might actually make him a better person. But yeah, but he's still a pretty despicable guy on his own. But Sang-woo, what he's doing here is just as despicable, you know, knowingly letting his friend die. And I notice, you know, I get the impression when they were coming up, when they were growing up together, that Sung-yoon was looking up to him and revered him, and you know, as the one guy that made it out. And I think a lot of us do have that person, you know, when you're growing up, that one person that you look to, that was, they always got the best grades, and you know, they're the persons you wanted to strive to follow. You were either that person, or there was someone that you knew who was that person. And but I get the impression Sang-woo doesn't feel he has earned that, because he doesn't like Ali referring to him as sir, even though I don't like that either, because he's not your boss, or superior or senior or anything like that. You don't need to call him sir. But Ali's situation is a bit different. He's in a foreign country, I believe, so mannerisms are a bit different from where he's from. And he spent most of his life in a factory in somewhat subservient positions, so he feels he needs to say sir at the end of every sentence. But for Sang-woo, I get the impression he feels as though he didn't earn any of those accolades that Sung Gi-yoon is saying that he earned, going to college and all those things. And maybe he didn't, and that's what I'm curious to find out, whether it is that he earned it, but because of everything he has done, all the bad things that he has done, he doesn't feel he's deserving of those praises. Or is it a case where he's been cheating his way to the top all along, you know? But he appears to be very intelligent, so I'm not convinced that it's the latter, you know? So I'm curious to find out more about him. I do hope he doesn't get his friend killed, or if he considered Sung Gi-yoon a friend in the first place, because it appears to be very much one-sided, you know? But what's clear is that he wants to redeem himself in his mother's eyes. So we'll see how far that goes. You know, there appears to be some other entities at play here. There's one participant in the game who was given a clue in the bread that he was eating to tell him what the game was ahead of time. Obviously, it wasn't random, so someone he knows is working among the staff. And the staff themselves appear to only be playing a game. They appear to be a part of the game. And as I mentioned, this just brings me back to Alice in Borderland, you know? But the staff appear to be playing the game as well. So he has someone on the inside who's playing the game, and I guess maybe they came to an agreement that, okay, I'll tell you ahead of time what the game will be, and when you win, we split the money, and then we go our separate ways. I don't know how much of a good idea that is, trusting someone that you met there. Who knows, maybe they knew each other outside, and they both came into the game in different positions, one as a participant and one as a staff, but they knew each other outside of the game, and so they decided to make that deal. So that, you know, that's a pretty interesting wild card to kind of throw into the mix. Someone who's trying to manipulate the game into winning. And of course, our girl, whose name I still haven't learned. Is it her? They don't refer to her by her name very often. But she snuck in through the vents and saw ahead of time what was being done in the kitchen to prep for the game. So she was able to get some idea from Sang-woo what the game actually was. But it seems like information is going to be the currency for survival here, and the groups that they formed, you know, is going to become a bit meaningless, because no one trusts the other, and everyone's trying to win the pot themselves, and it's going to come down to greed in the end, which is what got them here in the first place. Greed. But I mean, and to be fair, I know some of them were in some pretty terrible situations, maybe not of their own making, but I think the majority of them are here because of greed. So it'll be interesting to see how that happens. I think they'd be much better off working together all to try to survive and get some share from the winnings, versus trying to kill everyone off to get the money on your own because you could do that. You could be the one guy that's left in the last game, and then you lose the game and die, and no one wins anything. So it's better to just share information and ensure that everyone survives, you know? But are they going to do that? Yeah, you have a lot of people in this room that have made a lot of bad decisions to get them to this point. I don't think they're going to make smart decisions now, but they should. They really should. So it'll be interesting to go. And I've got to say, even though this is quite horrifying, I'm having a bit of a laugh seeing these characters in certain positions, especially Song Yoon, because he just chose the worst possible shape in this episode, and I couldn't help but laugh, because he's just not thinking about the severity of the situation that he's actually in, and he's just barely scraping by. So I'm curious to see, you know, how things go for the next game. And I do not trust that old man. Do not trust the old man. You know, I get the feeling he kind of knew what the game was, even though he chose the star for some odd reason. But I do not trust that old man. Alright guys, be sure to post down below. Let me know what your thoughts are on this episode of Squid Game. Remember to hit like and subscribe, and I'll see you on the next one.